Episode 65, Adlerian Therapy, Theory and Practice by Alfred Adler. Hello and welcome to Doomy's Daily Grind. My name is Doomy and thank you so much for joining me today. I have created this channel to share my life experiences, inspirations I found from others, learnings I have earned, and things I have been taught throughout various periods of my life, especially the ones related to sobriety, finding serenity, and general mental health topics with spiritual growth at the forefront. Please subscribe if you enjoy this kind of content, and please support the channel by becoming a Patreon. The link is available below. So, today I am looking at who was Alfred Adler, what his theory is, how it is applied to practice therapy, the differences between Adlerian therapy and Freudian therapy. He was cited to be the first systematic therapist who focused on individual psychology. Now, who is this guy, you may ask? Well, he was an Austrian medical doctor, psychotherapist, and founder of the School of Psychology, and his therapy emphasizes the importance of individuals' feelings of belonging within society, within the family constellation, and where he belongs in the birth order. Adlerian therapy is considered by some to be a neo-Freudian therapy, mainly because Alfred Adler contributed to the initial development of psychoanalysis. Alfred Adler also believed, like Freud, that an individual's personality is developed in the individual before they reach the age of 6 years old. However, in contrast to Freudian therapy, Adlerian therapy focuses more on the individual and one's interaction with society and not the individual's biology, hereditary, genetic inclinations, and the environment, although he does believe that the environment that one finds themselves in plays an important role in limiting the capacity of one to choose their own path. The theological foundation of these therapies are based on the subjective view of reality, unity of personality, the purposefulness and goal orientation-based behavior of an individual. It is founded on the overcoming of the inferiority in favor of the superiority of the individual. The person's lifestyle is key. His role in society, within the family constellation, and the family dynamics one's come from. It also takes into consideration one's birth order, which I will explain shortly. The individual needs to be creative, is proactive in his or her own environment, strives for perfection, is goal-orientated, and responsible for their own fate. Overcoming the inferiority becomes the source for one's creativity and greater competence, his place in the world. The important word in this theory is choice, and one chooses how they interact with society as a whole. The approach is based on the study of phenomena that we experience, how we perceive them, and how we interpret and understand these phenomena. This stance is used to view the client's objective frame of reference in their lives, which builds their lifestyle. He believed that all human behavior has a purpose and one develops by certain life goals, be fully understood in one's world and society, where he places himself in his lifestyle, which is the understanding of self, others, and the world, taking into cognizance the connecting themes and the rules of engagement that are acceptable within the society. Now, this sounds a little bit familiar in our context as South Africans. Our concept of Ubuntu fits in so well in this theory, as we believe that Umuntu, Umuntu, Ngabantu, family, society, environmental challenges, and how we break through is dependent on others and our roles within that village. Alfred Adler believed that past experiences do play a role through the influencing the individual's current functioning choices, continuity, and general life patterns or themes through life. So, awareness is key to proactive interaction with the social environment and the individual's own interpretation, core beliefs, and assumptions, which are used to organize his own reality. The individual thinks, acts, and feels according to his own goals and awareness of his limiting beliefs that can, however, be modified. Birth order. Adler has 5 psychological positions in which children can view life. They are called the birth order, and they are positions that one finds herself in. Are they the eldest of the siblings? Are they the second of 2? Are they the middle child? Are they the youngest child? Or are they the only child? He says the birth order impacts one's relationships to society as a child, how they interact in the world as adults, and based on how the individual interprets this position or order increases the probability of one's experiencing certain life events. However, we can reframe childhood experiences and consciously create new ones. Family constellation. What themes exist within the family unit, how the individual perceives these conditions, parental responsibility, family values and culture, where the family comes from, the gender role expectations, and the nature of interpersonal relationship influenced by the child's observation of the said interactions or the patterns that the family follows and teaches. So, how do we apply this theory in practice? Well, the therapeutic process has to link to an individual's goals. We have to understand the past experiences and what influence they have on his lifestyle, what their strengths and limitations are, where they are now, and what they want to accomplish in life going forward. They believed purpose, what their core beliefs are, who they are, and how they fit into their environment is also important. We then have to look at what is causing these limitations and blocking the individual's path to reaching their goals. This can only be done if the therapist's function and roles are clearly understood by his client and the relationship between the therapist and his client is formed around trust. It is formed around willingness to work together, willingness to apply changes, whether small or large. The therapist has to take the current problems into consideration and assist the client in changing the existing ideas, beliefs, and behaviors wherever it is necessary. The therapist provides necessary information, guiding and teaching encompassed with encouragement of the individual. Encouragement is a powerful tool that stimulates self-growth and creates the open-mindedness to set self-defined goals and form alternative perspectives when necessary. This relationship has to be strong based on equality, grounded in cooperation, mutual trust, respect, confidence, collaboration, and the alignment of goals. These four phases are employed in this method. The first being establishing a relationship, then assessing of the individual, followed by reorientation and re-education and encouraging self-understanding and insight. The important other factors that therapists will take into consideration is general appearance of the client, how they walk in, whether they make eye contact or not, how they sit, and how they present themselves. That is the general outlook. Then they can discuss the birth order, the social contextual information and culture that they come from, their philosophy on life, and how they pursue their life goals currently. Stories of childhood is a good place to get some of the information that is required and how these experiences cause the individual to be adaptive or maladaptive. This approach really emphasizes the power that the individual has, especially following self-awareness, self-understanding, roles that they play in the family, in the society, and how their core values and beliefs may be hindering one's growth and development, which will eventually lead to one achieving the goals that they set out to achieve. Some of these famous quotes include: follow your heart, but take your brain with you. It is easier to fight one's principles than to live up to them. The only normal people are the ones you don't know very well. And I think any child would agree with this one. A lie would have no sense unless the truth were felt as dangerous. Think about that for a second. Adler believed that human beings start off whole and are a complete unit. But I will be going through various other therapies and talking about them and explaining them and trying to understand how this works. I thank you for your time, your support, and being with me on this journey to finding serenity. If you enjoy listening to me or watching my channel, I would really appreciate it if you would subscribe. You can find my podcast, Dumi's Daily Grind, on popular podcasts such as Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and others. You can also become my Patreon if you feel like it, and you can find me on www.patreon.com/Dumi's Daily Grind. Let's just see how it goes. Okay.